What's up, we're back, and today, big time video. This Friday is the roster update, but it's the special one. This Friday, it's not just hitting. 99% chance it is going to be a normal update, but it's also going to have fielding, speed, and pitch type as well. This update happens once per year, and it's a big one because people that have common fielding badges have been shafted in their overall. And now, if they've been fielding good in real life, then bam, they can now get higher in overall. Now, fielding updates are not my strong suit because guess what? They only happen once per year, not much data, right? And honestly, every year I never touch them. But I do have a lot of people that help me out, a lot of boys. Got people to help me run the Discord. Membership OP, we just made a spreadsheet with every single player in the game projected. That's right, projected. So we're going to beta test that soon. But today, I'm going to break down, I have a huge list, man, of guys that are due fielding boosts. Now, I'm not going to personally say why they're due it. I know it's probably like outs above average and things of that nature. Other people did the research for me. LaChunkus in the Discord, big ups to him. Let's start talking about these guys, man. And oh, as always, we're heading into fantasy football season. Go make sure you sub to True Fantasy Review on YouTube for the best fantasy football content. You won't want to miss that. Name number one. We're going by, he did this tier list by position. And first up is catcher. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to type these guys in by name. So the first guy is going to be Narvaez. Again, these guys are Randy's, bro. Carlos Narvaez. He's a 77 overall. Now, what I want to tell you guys is how we're going to do this. I'm going to tell you guys, all right, Narvaez is due a fielding boost. If he had a fielding boost only, his overall would be this. But they're also going to be doing hitting boosts as well, so it's going to clash, right? So this video is only fielding boosts. We're going to have a whole video with actual predictions. Carlos Narvaez with a fielding boost would be an 80 to 81 overall. That's how good his fielding has been. Now, keep in mind, this guy has been ice cold at the plate, so that's going to knock him down, which is why he's not priced as a gold. It's not a lock. In fact, he's lucky if he even goes up to 79, just based on how bad he has been hitting. Alejandro Kirk, it's a similar story. If it's a fielding boost only that we're talking about, we have Kirk coming in at Diamond 85. He's done enough fielding to go +1 in overall. His hitting, he's been ice cold. So that's why Kirk is really a fringe. Like, you're lucky if he does go Diamond. There's a chance that his fielding stats go up and his hitting stats come down. So that's a scary one. Tyler Stevenson. Now, this is going to be a bronze, I believe. Let's take a look at Tyler Stevenson. Scroll down the list. So we got Tyler Stevenson at a 73 overall currently. And with a fielding boost, he looks to go 75. So that's pretty interesting right there. If Tyler Stevenson gets to 75 overall, there's still some stubs to be made. Now, take a look at the gap in price right there. Like, that's kind of wild. We got Dylan Dingler. Now, what I will say is that Dylan Dingler's hitting has not been great. So I do think his hitting might hold him back a little bit just because we have a whole projection sheet and he's kind of even on hitting. I forget the exact overall one, but based on fielding alone, Dylan Dingler would be an 81 to 82 overall. 82 overall is quick sell for 900, so those stubs are already like priced in. 81 is kind of where he's currently priced right now, but Dylan Dingler is somebody to a fielding boost. And then the final guy is Patrick Bailey. Now, Patrick Bailey, it's like, we have a couple guys on this list that he has a chance. It's not a high chance of a fielding boost, but he has a chance. So we threw him on there. He's sitting at quick sell. Not really any stubs to be made. Now we head over to first base. We got Wilson Contreras, I believe. Taking a look at Wilson Contreras, do a fielding boost. And his fielding boost alone, we have him predicted at 80 overall on this list. So if he does go gold, that would be insane. Now take a look at his hitting stats, because if his hitting's been trash, then the fielding boost won't mean anything. Tyler France is another guy that is on this list with a small chance of a fielding boost, but he's sitting at 71 overall, so I'm not too excited about that. We got Spencer Steer, 73 overall. With the fielding boost, he's due one. So according to this, he's due a fielding boost to go +3 to 76. So factor in his hitting, see where it balances out. But if he does go silver, then there's stubs to be made. Now, also keep in mind that this list is as of stats from the All-Star break. So stats from the All-Star break for fielding were used. You know, if some of these guys made errors or whatever in the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, unlucky. Because, again, research on this was very hard. So the thing I got is from the All-Star break. We got Ryan O'Hearn. Ryan O'Hearn, 81 to 82 overall. So +1 to 2. It's actually not bad for somebody sitting at quick sell. Now, keep in mind, I'm not even looking at the hitting stats on these guys. Xavier Edwards is the first second baseman, and Xavier Edwards would be a 75. So he's somebody to do a massive fielding boost considering he's got common defense, and I guess he's been playing decent in real life. We got Mauricio Dubon. Now, Dubon, hitting-wise, I don't think is very amazing, but fielding alone, he's apparently 80. So if the update were the All-Star break at that time frame, Mauricio Dubon would be +2 based on fielding. Somebody to a fielding boost. Two guys that are fringe are Matt McClain and Tim Anderson. Again, fringe fielding candidates. We got Jazz Chisholm. Honestly, Jazz Chisholm is another guy that's a fringe candidate, maybe a +1 based on fielding. If we're not talking about hitting. You got Jeff McNeil coming in here. Jeff McNeil, man. Contact hitting guru. So Jeff McNeil, 80 to 81, so about +1 to +2 on fielding alone as of the All-Star break. You got Daniel Schneemann and Tyler Fitzgerald as fringe. Third base, two guys. Ernie Clement. Now, Ernie Clement, where is he? He's priced as $490, which is a good-looking sign. Fielding alone probably has him at +1 to +2. So I actually like Ernie Clement as a buy. Santiago Espinal, 75 overall. So there's a chance that Espinal can go silver based on fielding alone if you look at his hitting stats, and they're all right. Now, we have a lot of shortstops. The first shortstop is a fringe one. It's Nick Allen. So there's a fringe shortstop here, but I don't like his overall. So I'm actually not a big fan of that. You have Mason Wynn. Now, Mason Wynn has not been good at the plate. He's actually negative at the plate. But based on fielding alone, there's a chance this guy can go +2 to 82. More realistically, I think he probably only goes +1, but you never know. Trey Turner is somebody that I also think deserves a hitting nerf. But based on defense alone, he projects out as a +2 to +3, maybe meet in the middle at 86 or 87 overall. So I guess technically, because if he goes +1, there's still some stubs to be made, but the ROI is quite low. Xander Bogaerts looks 78 to 79 based on fielding alone. If he's not going gold, I'm honestly not that interested in it. Jeremy Pena, is it even going to work? Yeah, it is. The little curly Q over the end, you never know. Jeremy Pena is an 88, so about +1 based on defense alone. And he's not too high above quick sell, but not a good ROI. Taylor Walls is somebody that potentially can have a fielding boost, but Corey Seager, based on fielding alone, has a potential for +1 to +2. Now, hitting-wise, I did just watch this guy take the Phillies deep in the bottom of the 8th the day before I'm recording this, but I still think hitting-wise, he hasn't been great. He's actually due a downgrade. I'd probably say that he probably goes +1 max, even including the fielding boost. Chase Mydroff is somebody that is a fringe candidate, and a fringe candidate who only needs +1. I actually don't mind that. Max Schuerman? I mean, who is this guy, bro? 74 overall. So this actually has him at 77 to 78 based on fielding alone. So that might be an interesting name to look into. Left field, Isaac Collins looks 75, and Wyatt Langford looks 86. Heading to center fielders. Say Don Rafaela actually might be due a fielding boost. Now, hitting-wise, he's almost even. He's like +0.1, or actually +0.3, my bad. But if this is right, and he was due a +1 to, or actually a +2 to +3 on fielding, which I don't even know how that's possible when he's fielding so good already, then Cedar Rafaela could be one of the best buys on the board, even though his hitting has not really been amazing. Victor Scott, this list has him as 80 overall based on defense. That's actually a very big boost right there, but I doubt they give him +3 just based on defense alone. Michael Harris is somebody that, accordingly, might be due a fielding boost, fringe type player. Julio Rodriguez, fringe type player. You got Miles Straw, who is a 76 to 77 based on defense. That's an interesting one. We've seen a couple bronzes that are 74s. Those might be good guys to look into. We got somebody by the name of Great Dane Myers, 78, and this has him at 80 based on defense alone. Not too shabby. You got Andy Pages. Now, Pages, +1 on defense probably, but I believe he's probably cool off a little bit. You got Tyrone Taylor as a fringe, and you got Cameron Misner looking 75. So we'll see if he's a 74, 72. I don't really like that. It just smells like a shaft all over the place. We got Bellinger as somebody that could potentially be due a fielding boost. He's an 85. Based on defense boost alone, he might go 87 to 88 according to this list. So he's somebody to watch out for. Lawrence Butler. He hasn't been able to get the nod to gold. 78 all year long, but he might be 80 based on defense alone. We'll see what they do with his hitting. Cam Smith looks 76 to 78 according to this list. We'll see where he comes in at. 72 overall. In fact, that's a big time fielding boost. I guess this guy's projecting out for Cam Smith. You got Sal. Ooh, don't tell me Sal Frelick's relevant again. All right, so +1. They have him at 84 on this list for potential fielding boost. And then you got Wilyer Abreu, 84 to 85 based on a fielding boost alone. So maybe +1, +2, but obviously people aren't convinced. People are not sold. So that was a lot of names, man. Let me give you the overall thoughts this guy said. His personal top picks are Dylan Dingler, Mason Wynn, Trey Turner, Schumann, Straw, Cam Smith, Kirk, and then maybe Bellinger and maybe Dubon. So really, that's a big time like fringe type list. And actually, that 86 to 87 actually included hitting for Rafaela as well. So 86 to 87, including the hitting. So the fielding boost is already factored in with the hitting in that one. So that's a bunch of names that you should watch out for fielding boosts come update day. Big time list, bro. And it's, again, I honestly just invest assuming hitting is going to be the main factor. But then you want to take into account, like, is your guy due a fielding boost or fielding downgrade? You know, you don't want to be holding on to Diaz is a bad example. You don't want to be holding on to Cedon. Let's say Cedon had 40 home runs in the last 10 days, but he's made 40 errors, right? So you don't want to go up and back down. So those are the guys to watch out for. Smash the like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.